Giggity yer. Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Flo. And I want to share a little something with y'all because this is going to be a really big week. On top of that, this is going to be a really big month. All the planets are in action, none of them are retrograde, which is new and very nice because we haven't had that in a really fucking long time. So, I am a tarot reader. I also read the Akashic Records and everything that comes to me in life. I'm a medium, I'm clairvoyant, clairsentient. So during this reading, I'll get little sensations, I'll feel things, I'll see things. You might see me looking up a lot. That's just me pulling. Spirit likes to talk and I like to listen, so this is why we're here. So I have a couple goodies to help us during this reading. If you're into astrology, get this fucking book. And even if you're not, if you're trying to learn, it's wonderful. Yulin is amazing. So what this book does is it basically outlines what's going on day by day. It explains astrological transits. It explains how to kind of read a chart basically. It tells you a week by week summary of what's going to go on. Now I haven't delved too deeply into this. I've been going like week by week, and then of course I look at my birthday. But we're going to use these for parallels because very often I'll see days, I'll see numbers of amounts of time when things are going to happen. So I like to use this book to see what's going on astrologically at the same time. I have one of my, or two of my favorite decks. Don't get jealous, y'all. Don't get jealous. They have feelings. Masters, Mystics, and Saints. If you've read with me before, if you've gotten reading with me, this is like one of the cutest decks ever because I always read these cards last, and usually the cards are coinciding exactly with what Spirit has already been bringing in. So this deck is super accurate, super sweet. Includes saints, spirits, ancestors. It involves crystal energies, and it's pretty good at positively dragging or edge restoring, let's put it that way. And then my baby, the Herbal Tarot. I don't know where the box is, but anyway, this is one of my absolute favorite decks because I'm an herbalist. And pretty much every card has a plant energy that aligns with it. Very often that plant is indicative of what kinds of energies we need in our space. So without further ado, let's see what it do. So we're gonna go week by week. So this is the first week. This is the week of eclipses, week of a lot of energy. So start based on Thursday. Today is 17th. Heavenly Creator, highest of the high, one and all in one. I thank you for allowing me to be here in present. I thank you for allowing me to be here with the collective. I ask, should there be any lower energies, entities, beings of harm in our minds, bodies, spaces, that they be cleared away now by Archangel Michael for the highest good and the highest good of all of those around us. Whew. I ask that any harmful energies be replaced with loving, kind, healing energy from Archangel Raphael. May we be filled with it. May we be aligned with it. I ask that my guides of the highest good be here and present with me as you always are. I'm to hear, know, see, show anything the collective needs to know for their betterment, for their growth on a week by week basis, starting with today, Thursday, January 17th, onwards to the next week, onward to the next week, onward to the next week, onward to the next week, but starting here. Allow us to know what is to come, how to handle it, and allow us to know anything else you want us to be aware of. May the circle be open in light, love, peace, and healing for all of us, for the highest good of all. Aching. Cool. So, and of course, as soon as I open the circle, my cat won't come in. Silly. Okay. Okay, so it seems like the major theme for this week is the energy of defensiveness, the energy of feeling like you have a lot to protect, feeling like, wow, okay, so what just follows a bag of seeds. A bag of seeds. Cool. A lot of different kinds of seeds. What I think this means in terms of this is that we all know that we have a lot at stake, or a lot that needs to be sown, a lot that is budding, a lot that is brewing. And it feels like a lot of folks have been kind of breeding in paranoia, discomfort, but what is coming from that is the need to make a decision. This is the need to do something with all these seeds, a need to stop hesitating over when is the right time. Now is the right fucking time. So if you see an opportunity to talk to someone you've been seeing in your head, someone you've been thinking about, someone you've been wanting to reach out a lot to, someone you want to create with, do that. If you've been feeling an energy of resistance, if you've been feeling an energy of needing to pull back, and you're already starting to put those seeds down. If you feel the hesitation, if your seeds are falling, if situations are not going right in between that, respect that and move on to something else that can help you further, or can help you kind of create a more stable foundation for that seed, right? The reason this is happening is because of the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is always about creation, is about liberation, is about growth, is about that spiritual fire that allows us to know we can do anything, that we have all the opportunities in hand. What aligns with this card is yarrow. Yarrow is a wonderful herb for the sacral chakra, for the womb. The womb and sacral chakra are these energy centers that allow us to procreate right above the root chakra. The root chakra is the grounding. It's the masculine aspect. Whereas the sacral chakra is the feminine aspect, the aspect where it's like, all right, we built our foundation, we have everything set, we have everything stable. Now what kind of magic can we make from this? What kind of beauty can we make from this? So it seems kind of like a Unilever energy. If you've been overly preoccupied with the foundation of what you're doing, now's the time to get creative. If you've been swimming in the aspects of the Neptunian aspects of how can I have fun with this, where's the magic, focus more on the bottom layer. And if you feel like you've done both, go ahead, consult your altar, consult a reader like me or others. Or, most importantly, sit down and meditate. Ask yourself what's really going on. Ask yourself to feel any sensations that allow you to differentiate, to be present, right? What comes of that is kind of more of the awareness that you could either be fucking with people or fighting with people. You could either choose to let other people be a part of your process, to let other people be part of what you create, or you could choose to do things alone. Now, sometimes it's better to create, or not even sometimes, it's best to create a steady, stable idea of what it is that you want before you include others. So I feel like there are a lot of jumbled energies, a lot of people who are trying to move into newer territory with themselves. So a lot of people are trying to change the ways that they're defined by others, the ways that they define themselves, the ways that they create an image for themselves. And in a lot of ways, it seems like y'all are cherry picking on like Instagram or Facebook, like, oh, I want to be more like this, or I want to take a little bit of this, or do a little bit more of that. Know what you're sowing with this. Know what kinds of energies you're bringing into your space with this knitting energy of creating a new vision for yourself. So even doing a quick meditation where you ask yourself, with all of the things that I'm bringing together in my life, what does the newer version of myself look like? There have been a lot of mentions of planning new years, planning new aspects for our bigger selves this year, right? And it's January. So being mindful of what the steps that we're taking now creates in a bigger sense is super important, and being aware of what these energies bring as side effects. So for example, if you are working to become more psychic, to become more woke or whatever it is, know that you're going to have to know a lot of shit that is going to be very uncomfortable. And you're going to have to learn how to heal through that, not internalize it, not project it, not do whatever. And of course, you know, it happens, it's part of growing, but knowing that is what you're stepping into. If you are going to work towards becoming a social worker, you're going to have to see a lot of sad shit. Making sure you're spiritually solid, you're spiritually sound, and that you're able to take yourself home and take yourself out of those situations after, right? So being able to give yourself a glimpse into the future, even doing a meditation where you sit down and envision a day in the life of who you want to be. And if something doesn't feel right, tweak it. If it's not something you're willing to deal with, that doesn't mean, oh fuck, I have to throw the whole vision away. No. Have conversations with the people that you're trying to be more like. Have conversations with people who are already where you are, or where you want to be, right? But also knowing that in holding these seeds in this energy of trying to build, there is no need to be overly defensive. There's a difference between being defensive and discerning. So defensiveness will look a lot like feeling like you have to have a barrier up around you constantly, feeling like you always have to overprotect yourself, or feeling like every glance or every movement is a destruction towards you, or some form of like maldición, right? Discerning is being able to sit in your body, sit in yourself, sit with your guides, and know, okay, this is happening. Maybe that look wasn't about me. Maybe that conversation has nothing to do with me. And even if it does, I don't give a shit. Who gives a shit? Not me, right? So being able to redirect your attention, redirect your energy to the center of this spread, the abundance of energy, the abundance of possibilities, the abundance of timelines. So are you going to use that energy to build a bigger defense over yourself that might block you from seeing the beautiful things that can be created? Or are you going to use it to build connections? Are you going to use it to build yourself? Are you going to use it to build a foundation? Are you going to use it to build a dream? Build a dream that creates itself into reality. So bringing that lucidity into the now. So what this mostly looks like for the energy of this week, where there are eclipses, where there's a lot of Leo energy, Aquarius energy. Leo is all about the I. Aquarius is all about us, right? So with Leo energy, that is where we come into kind of astrological awareness of ourselves. This is where that me, what do I want, what do I need energy comes into play. And with Aquarius, it's more of me, we. So being aware that in a lot of ways, us perpetuating this defensive energy, us perpetuating these energies of fear, only makes things more difficult for us as a collective, makes things more difficult for us trying to evolve, and we're all kind of going through a lot of the same things. So acknowledging that me is we, is we is me, we're all a collective, we all depend on each other, and being more able to have fruitful conversations about these differences. This is going to be a specifically good time because none of the planets are retrograde. So whereas if Mercury is retrograde or Neptune is having some fucking issues or weird conjunctions, that makes things a lot more like difficult in terms of communicating. But yeah, I will say that whole Jupiter Neptune thing that happened a little while ago might still have some little right? So wait till after the eclipse to do that. So blue tiger's eye. Are you looking at something from only one angle? Do you need to rise above a situation to see with greater clarity? It's time to take steps to gain a new perspective on life. Trust your ability to see things and read situations clearly. Inner visions and dreams are helpful tools for self-knowledge. There we go. Blue tiger's eye is wonderful for communication, is wonderful for grounding and awareness in these communications, so I would definitely recommend using it. So, next week.